Welcome to First Pour Wine, Episode 3. I'm Nick Rinaldi.
And I'm Greg, still.
Sometimes he forgets who he is. Anyways, on this episode, we're going to be finishing out the series on the noble grapes. And so far, what have we done, Greg?
Well, Episode 1, if you remember, we did the Riesling, and then we did a Sauvignon Blanc.
My favorite.
My favorite was the Riesling. And then last week, we finished up the whites with a lovely Chardonnay. And then we started the reds with a Pinot Noir. And then this week, we're going to do a Merlot. I don't want to knock down the table. And we're going to finish things up with a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Absolutely. All right. So I'm going to lead us off, and we're going to get into tasting a lot quicker this week. So, this week, what we're talking about is going to be a 2009 Bogle.
Bogle.
Any of these pronunciations works, apparently. This Merlot is from Napa, and it cost about $9 a bottle.
Alright, and then we're going to finish up our series on the noble grapes with this lovely wine from Red Truck Vineyards. They're in the central coast of California. That's actually the same area where we got our Chardonnay. This is
Vineyards.
Yep, cupcakes. Now you're making me want a cupcake again. This is their 2007 Cabernet Sauvignon.
You're definitely not going to want to eat cupcakes with these wines. They will not go over well.
I like cupcakes any time of the day or night.
Okay. I'm going to try not to put this through the table. By the way, this is the least number of practice takes we have ever done on one of these before. So if things go downhill very quickly, you are going to know why.
We're very tired. That's what it basically comes down to.
Yes, it's been a long weekend. All right. Anyways, start off with the Merlot.
I'm going to embarrass myself and try to do this.
I've beat you to it. I've spread the wine.
Woo!
Okay, Greg. Middle of the table, please.
That's the second time you spilled the wine.
It's the second time you've nearly knocked over the table. Problem is I'm doing this drippy thing and it's getting everywhere. I'm going to grab the paper towel real quick.
I can't do this again. Nick.
I swear to God, this isn't a running gag. He really is just having trouble again. Okay, bring it closer. Bring it.
I've got it down.
Okay, pull up.
Now I gotta pull up.
Just pull up. I'll be right back.
That didn't do anything. Shit.
Okay. Greg, would you like me to help you?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Positive?
Yes.
Alright. Honestly, this is, Okay. Greg, why don't you tell me a little bit about the first wine and what you smell in it, and I will fix the rabbit.
What happened?
You broke it.
I didn't do anything to it.
Just smell the wine.
Okay. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check the color. I'm going to move this, too. Alright, let's take a look. This, again, looks a little bit lighter than what I'd expect from a red. It's light for a red, I think. What did I do wrong?
You're literally just supposed to push down.
I pushed down!
I have no idea what you've done. Anyways, don't worry, we've gotten into the Cabernet. We're going to taste it this week.
Okay. But first we're going to start with the
Merlot.
Merlot from
Bogle
Vineyards.
Let's see. Okay, you can tell that the color on this is a little bit deeper.
I thought it was lighter than what I'd expect from a red.
It's a little bit deeper than the Pinot, is what I was going to say. It's not the darkest, but as you can see when you lift it up and you look through it this way, it's a lot darker. Here, I'll hold that out for you guys so you can see it. There's no good way for me to tilt it, but
I don't think that's doing anything for them. But okay.
Anyways, so let's give it a smell.
It's a little bit sweeter of a smell.
I get pepper, lots of black pepper.
I actually don't get very much pepper. I definitely get a lot of sort of oxidized.
I get a touch of vanilla, a little bit of cedar.
Cedar, yes. I was just going to say that.
There's like a spicy pepper in there too, almost like a
yeah, like a spicy
something like.
I was going to say maybe a little bit more gingery.
Oh yeah, I can smell ginger in that.
Or maybe even.
So there's a
call me
lot.
crazy. Maybe just a hint of licorice.
I can see that, but I also get a little bit of there's a slightly earthy smell too to it. Anyways, there's a lot going on, and there is a little bit of fruit in there. You've got some black currant, and maybe a touch of cherry. So let's give it a shot.
It's definitely heavier than the Pinot Noir.
And you can definitely feel those tannins.
Yeah.
Yeah. This wine has a lot more tannins than the Pinot from last week, but it's very nice. It's actually well done.
I feel like I can taste a little bit of raisin in there.
I don't get as much raisin, but I can see where you get that. I'm getting blackberries, unripe blackberries.
Unripe blackberries, sure.
And I'm getting a little touch of diesel in it, and a bunch of cedar. And I think...
I'm still with you on the cedar thing.
Do you get, like, a touch of bell pepper and leather? Or is that just me? That could just be me.
I think that's just you.
But there's a lot
I can taste a hint of the bell pepper. Maybe a green pepper.
This is a well-balanced, dry red wine, and you could serve this with a lot of stuff. This is actually a really nice deal.
I think this would go well with steak.
At $9. This is very nice.
Go well with a nice little steak.
Mm.
I kind of want a steak right now.
Steak would be nice. Anyways, so we're going to move on to the next wine now. I'll let you go first, since you're already... Yep. Basically, we're dumping these. We got to get to the next glass. We'd use more than one glass, but that involves more dishwashing, and
it doesn't like doing dishes.
Nearly, yeah.
So we're gonna rinse this out a little bit, if I remember correctly.
Yep, just a touch. Probably shouldn't have done that.
What'd you do?
I licked the glass. What? Well, it was delicious.
You dog!
No, it was delicious.
Weirdo.
It's a shame to waste good wine, sir.
Anyways.
I hate rinsing them out every week this way because it's such a nice wine. Now this Cabernet should be even heavier than our Merlot. I am just all kinds of sloppy tonight.
I'm tired, it's late.
Yeah, we're gonna need to start keeping paper towels in a trash can down here. I've got a little on my thumb too. Anyways,
don't stain.
So you can see this wine.
Oh
I'll
man,
walk this around for you.
This is deep.
You can see this is dark, a lot darker.
Very heavy currents.
And you can, if you put it, you tilt it towards the edge. There's actually, what year is this from, Greg?
This is a 2007. I believe this is the oldest that we've tried.
Yes, it is. Now, see, if you look at the edge of this, so white wines as they get older get darker. Red wines as they get older get lighter. You can start to see on the edge of this wine, there's a slight amount of almost like an orangey color starting to occur in it.
Sure. Yeah, I can see that.
So this is going to be a little bit different because it's had more time in the bottle. The tannins are going to start to soften a little. It's not going to be as kind of aggressive as a young red. So let's see what we get out of it.
No.
Give it a smell.
I think there's a lot of black currant, sort of rich blackberry.
First thing that hit me was like jasmine, really floral scent, and then I got those blackberries right behind it.
A much fruitier smell than the other reds that
I can see a little bit of black currant and strawberry in there too, though.
Strawberry, yeah. So very heavy on the berries.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a nice red wine. It doesn't have. I don't pick up a lot of oak. The oak's kind of minimal on it, but
I can definitely smell some wood. But then again, I'm the guy that smells wood in the Riesling.
I got a little bit of toast in it, kind of like slightly burnt toast.
A burnt toast?
Yeah, or a campfire even. Get a little bit of campfire.
I do not get campfire.
All right, well let's give it a shot. Let's see how it tastes.
Oh man, it's very flavorful.
Whoa. You get those tannins on the other end?
But they don't hit you for a while. I feel like most red wines, you sip it and the tannins It's almost like an immediate strike. And these, there's a much longer delay.
Oh man, you get a lot of fruit. Strawberry jam and prune.
Yeah, definitely some prune. I'm still getting a lot of that black currant too. Maybe a little bit of cranberry as well.
It tastes very light, almost like a mint. A little bit.
A little bit.
Like a bitter mint, yeah.
Yeah, a little bitter. I like the fact that the tannins don't hit you right away.
This would be a nice food wine. This would probably go well with a steak. It could also go
these red wines make me just want to
a fresh pasta.
have a nice
fresh
steak.
pasta with some tomatoes in there and basil. That could complement this very well as well. These two wines, I know last week we kind of had the Pinot Noir was a little questionable. The cupcake was nice, but it wasn't anything to write home about. These two wines this week, I'm pretty impressed with these actually. For the price point, at about
these. Let's put it this way.
$8 to $9 each.
I definitely prefer both of these. I tend to be more of a white wine guy myself. Both these red wines definitely hit me better than most reds. And much better than that Pinot Noir.
That wasn't a very good Pinot for the money. I would not recommend that Pinot. Anyways, so you have any more? I mean, now that we've kind of talked about, you've seen all the tannins, and you can really feel on your tongue. It feels like somebody just vacuumed all the moisture out of my mouth with these. Are there any comments that you kind of have about the noble grapes now that you've gone through them?
Comments on the noble grapes. I guess I would say that definitely. I'm surprised that I can definitely see the difference between each one. I feel like I could go through and like rank them at least definitely how much I like them, or there's a definite pattern. Like I say, I came into this as a white wine guy. I'm still a white wine guy. I think that Riesling was out of this world. Go buy that Riesling.
Snow Palme Riesling is very good.
But I'm telling you, this one especially, I do like it. It's a little bit sweeter.
Yeah, it does have a touch.
Yeah, and I like that. I like that in a wine.
All right. So I'm glad that you've learned something. And guys, next week,
I'm gonna spice things up a little bit differently.
Well, I got a bit of a split. Not sure if we're gonna go towards. We can do dessert wines, which are a whole new field.
That's a whole new field,
and that's pretty crazy. Or we can go into sparkling, which will also be a whole new thing. Or we can start covering some of the lesser-known reds and whites that you may have seen popping up on the blog. So we're talking about the Viogniers, the Gewürztraminers from the white camp and from the red camp. We've got Grenaches and Sangiovese, which is used in Chianti.
Can you tell he's Italian?
But yeah, so seriously, write in, give us some suggestions, tweet at us.
Send us a tweet elite.
First Pour Wine.
Or check us out on our website, which is still pretty new. It's not as new as it was last week, but firstpourwine.com. You can give us a comment there. We love hearing from you. We love hearing your comments, good or bad. You can also comment on the YouTube video down below, or you can send us, if you want to send us something and you don't want it to be broadcast across the World Wide Web, you want it to be a little bit more private, firstpourwine@gmail.com.
All right. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching, and definitely give these two a try. They're delicious. We'll see you next week.
Cheers.